How's it? Today is Wednesday, July 10th. Focusing on a checklist of things that I need to do to prioritize performance this week. Today was a clean and jerk day, and today was very well needed. I performed very poorly yesterday for a variety of reasons. I didn't sleep very well, but I just feel like I just didn't have the motivation to lift properly yesterday. I was supposed to do a top triple at 165 for back squat, and I kind of just gave up on the one rep that I failed. I failed two reps, but the first one that I failed, I kind of just gave up on, and I'm thinking about it a lot. But I think I cut my losses yesterday and saved the energy for today, and I think that was a very smart move because today I fucking killed it. I almost died today, but I fucking killed it today. Clean and jerk work today was my complex. That's silly 4 rep complex. It's 2 cleans, 1 power jerk, 1 jerk. Went up to 127 today. I don't even know if I've ever cleaned 127 for a double. Literally ever. I cannot even imagine, or not imagine, I cannot even remember a time when that was even on the table for the weights that I was doing. And so doing that for a double plus extra shit was just wow. Last week I did 124, and that was hard. So you imagine how today was, right? I ran off of the platform. I almost ran into the squat rack that was in front of me, and then I almost passed out. That's what I mean by almost died. The platform itself was a little bit slippery today, so I was trying to deal with that a lot. You see in the 3/4 angle there are 2 wet paper towels in the back of the platform. That's to mostly keep my shoes a little bit cleaner. But here's my first attempt here at 127. The cleans were okay. They weren't, I don't think they were as bad as they were last week. Aside from last week's first clean. Last week's first clean was fire. That shit went super, super well. And then this year was kind of, well, yeah, it was hard. It was very, very, very hard. But I'm super happy that I stuck with it today. You watch this. So my power jerk, I'm standing here and I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to power jerk this? I think my best power jerk is 286 or 130. But that was so long ago, right? So that happens, and then I almost get bent over there. I almost get folded in half just catching it. And then I'm thinking, holy shit, how am I going to jerk this? So I was like, okay, whatever. I'm going to try it at least. And you see how forward it was. And yeah, I walk off of the platform and you see Larry and Rocky there looking at me oh my God. And I'm now I can't really breathe, and things are starting to get dark. But I'm okay. I just try my best not to move too much. I've been there before. But yeah, it was a fight. That is a PR of PRs. Yeah, I'll stand up in 10 seconds. Don't even trip. Yeah. I'm okay. I am okay. But that's a PR. Look at it. Oh my God. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try again, just because that first one was so bad. So I was like, okay, we'll do a better one here. This was actually a lot better. I didn't walk off of the platform, so that's immediately that's already better, right? But I feel like this. I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like I could do a little bit more than what I did today. I was experiencing some amount of discomfort in my upper back because I feel like when I am cleaning and the bar doesn't get directly on my shoulders in the exact spot, my right shoulder kind of is a little bit further forward than my left one is, and then that causes a lot of movement throughout my upper back. It also doesn't help that I am super, super, super slippery. I'm very wet and sweaty. And I feel like when that kind of couples with the inability to place it properly, I'm Larry's like, yeah, go again, and then I'm like, nah, dude. And then I do go again. It is what it is. But this time I try my best to get the chalk on my shoulders and my neck so that I can hold the bar in the correct spot, and it does help on this first one. But now this second rep is really, really bad. I end up hitting my knee with my elbow, and like, first and foremost, that is an illegal lift. Like, that is a DQ'd lift if that ever happens. So there's no point in saving it at a weightlifting meet. But in training, it is like, you can just do whatever. If you make it, then it makes it a lot harder to, it's a harder attempt. And then Larry's like, yeah, just keep going, try again. I was like, all right, like, and he's like, oh, maybe down. I was like, nah, fuck you, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do this. And then I wasn't gonna do the power jerk. Like, even if I made this clean, which I did, I was just gonna go straight for the jerk, and that, that took a lot out of me too. But it was a lot better than the first set for sure, as far as the jerk goes. But yeah, I mean, big PRs. Like, again, 127. I don't think I've ever doubled, let alone have two jerks on top of that afterwards. And I feel like I'm ready to lift heavier in the future. I don't know how much heavier it's gonna be, but honestly, I want to say that I can probably do 130 for this complex next week. I don't think it's a smart move to do, but I think I can do it. Afterwards, I did my clean pulls here. I had experienced some discomfort in my upper back just from the cleans and the jerks. And mostly catching the jerk from overhead onto my upper back. And then my finger, I'm looking at it right now, was starting to like bleed again on that second set for the clean pulls. So I was like, all right, like, is it worth it to just continue to try doing this? And I was like, I'll just drop it and just go for my last set here. This is like my ultimate goal weight, 150. It's really crazy to think that I am trying to clean and jerk this weight. Like, in order for me to get to nationals, it's going to require me to clean and jerk that weight. So I am very, very, very far away from that. But hopefully one day soon. Finished off with some dumbbell rows. Tried to do my stupid dragon flags. Didn't do very well. And then I did my dumbbell overhead walks. Today was really good. I feel like I've accomplished a lot in the last few weeks. And as far as like a redemption from yesterday, it feels like my things are lining up. Like, I'm eating properly. I've done a little bit more meal prep than I've done in the last like 3 months. I've done very little meal prep, and now I have a couple things made here for me to just warm up whenever I'm hungry. Doing all of my stretches. I do need to make sure that I end up doing my upper back stretches again tonight, a little bit more diligently because of what I experienced today. Not gonna sugarcoat it. That shit was hard and it did not feel good at all. But I feel like I can do 130 next week. I don't know. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm not saying I'm not going to try. I'm not saying I'm going to try. But I do think it is possible. Yeah, we'll see what happens on Friday, and then we'll take it next week when it comes. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.